Welcome to Midnight Testament, a storytelling series by House of Asseveration Media, where mystery coils like smoke, and every tale is written in shadow. Tonight's story is called The Fifth Card. A man haunted by visions of his own death visits 5 tarot readers in search of answers. But fate rarely speaks plainly, and some truths only show themselves when it's far too late. Let us begin. The Fifth Card. Tomas hadn't slept in weeks. Every night, the same dream. A narrow alley drowned in fog. Footsteps following close. A cold whisper curling into his ear. You die at midnight. It never changed. The voice, the alley, the sound of something metallic scraping free from leather, and a presence, just behind him, waiting. The dream followed him into daylight. Every shadow stretched longer. Every sound lingered a little too long. He turned to tarot, not out of belief, but desperation. 5 readers, 5 strangers who might explain what was happening. Reader 1 was an older woman, reclusive, reading from a collapsing house that smelled of mothballs and storm water. She said nothing when he entered, just motioned to the chair. She didn't ask his name. She took his hand, froze, then let go like it burned. "You've walked with something," she whispered. She shuffled with trembling fingers. "Death, the tower, the moon." Her breath caught. "You've been marked," she said. "Not for death, for remembrance." He asked what that meant, but she was already gathering the cards, muttering, "I won't read further. It's already seen me." Reader 2 was a man in his 40s who offered readings behind a dusty pawn shop. His space was filled with ticking clocks and broken radios. He smiled when Tomas entered, but his smile faded the moment the first card hit the table. The devil, the hanged man judgment. He frowned, shifted uncomfortably. "This isn't a warning," he said. "It's aftermath." Tomas asked, "Of what?" He shook his head. "You don't fear death," he said slowly. "You fear remembering something you already did." He didn't clarify. He simply slid the cards back into the deck and said, "You shouldn't be here." Reader 3 worked from a greenhouse choked in vines and shadow. Birds fluttered freely around the room. She offered him tea he didn't touch. She cut the deck without a word. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress. She studied the cards, then his face. "You think this is about your end," she said. "But this isn't a timeline, it's a loop." She leaned forward. Something started, Tomas, and it's still turning. He didn't tell her his name. He never had. Reader 4 was a young man with heavy eyes who read out of a half-lit garage converted into a sanctum of incense and chalk symbols. He lit a black candle and whispered a prayer before dealing the cards. The magician reversed. Justice, 10 of swords. He stared at the spread in silence. Then, "You're not seeing the future." He looked up, voice flat. "You're reliving a moment you refuse to understand." The candle sputtered violently. He blew it out. The room fell silent. Tomas left. Reader 5 was named Marisol. She read from a small room behind a quiet bookstore. No crystals, no incense, just dust and quiet and a worn wooden table. She didn't speak when he entered, just watched. She shuffled slowly. The High Priestess, the Chariot, the 7 of Swords. Her brow furrowed. She kept going. The Lovers reversed. The Ace of Swords. Death. A long pause. Then one more card. The Emperor reversed. She exhaled. "You've seen them all," she said. "The ones who read before me." Tomas nodded once. Her gaze dropped to the table, then to the shape beneath his coat. "You brought something with you," she said quietly. "A final card. One not in the deck." He didn't respond. She drew one last card and placed it face down. She didn't flip it. Instead, she said, "Do you know why you keep seeing your death?" He leaned forward. "Because your mind wants justice," she said, "even if you don't." And then she flipped the final card. Justice. His breath caught. For the first time, his expression cracked. He saw a vision of all of the bodies he'd buried in the backwoods off of the interstate. He heard the screams and pleas for mercy as he sat aroused. He heard the chains shake and the sounds of distress. He saw every single woman, that he'd murdered. All 5. She stood, slow and calm. "There's a way to end the dream," she said. "Let me show you." She offered him tea, something herbal. Steam curled in the air like a rising spirit. He drank, his eyes closed. When he woke, the knife beneath his coat was gone. So was she. All that remained was the card, justice, and scrawled on the table in ink. Some of us see the truth. Some of us survive it. She was the 5th murder victim. She had survived his attempt to strangle her. While unconscious, he drove her 10 miles and dumped her in the river. His previous victims he'd wrap in tarp and dump them in cougar country, where the remains would be recycled as dinner to the big cats. However, Marisol was a last-minute rush decision, which made him deviate from his meticulous activities with the prior victims. Tomas jumped up only to find he was missing both of his legs. He hit the floor with a violent crash. He heard footsteps and heavy breathing in the darkness behind him. Hunger growls and whimpers as a pack of feral dogs found their dinner. You've just heard The 5th Card, a production of House of Asseveration Media, where magic meets mystery and not all answers lead you home. If this story stirred your shadow, visit the House of Asseveration's Chamber of Transaction, where elegant home decor channels the arcane. Follow us for more stories that linger in your mind, and watch your dreams for warnings. Until next time.